Hello everyone and welcome. It's Chef Jason Morse, your Ace Hardware grill expert. And as you can see, we are on the road with the barbecue trailer and truck. We're hanging out here today in Weatherford, Oklahoma with our friends at Weatherford Ace Hardware and Home Center. And we're getting ready for another one of our Red Vest approved videos. Today, we're talking the star of the show, the most wonderful time of the year, Thanksgiving. That's right, we're gonna talk today about all things turkey on the Traeger grills. And what do we have for you? Well, as always, because we're helpful, we have a download sheet for you called Turkey Tips, How to Brine a Better Bird. And you can grab these over at acehardware.com, go to the Tips and Advice tab, and up in the search engine, type in recipes, type in turkey. You'll find this and a whole lot more waiting for you to download. So be sure to tell your friends, spread the word, share this, and let's get ready to have an amazing Thanksgiving with friends and family and make the most delicious, tasty turkey ever on your Traeger grills. Well, as we normally do, we're gonna do a little bit of what we call our food flyover. We're gonna talk about all the things you need to get this bird ready for the Traeger. So one of the things we talked about, right, was the turkey. And like I said, this is the star of our show. I look for a turkey that's all natural. It doesn't have any solutions, injections, or any pumps or anything in it, or flavorings. I want a natural turkey so that I can control the flavor really from package to plate. That's right. We've got 3 different brines we're gonna talk about, and we wanna make sure that you are able to control this guy from start to finish. Couple things you need: pick a bird that is big and juicy and ready to feed your family. You need an Ace Hardware bucket, right? Because we're definitely going to want to brine this in an Ace bucket. And this year we've come up with some brine bags as well. A nice heavy duty brine bag that you can add to your Ace bucket, making that guy 100% food safe. You're going to need a roasting pan, right? We're gonna start off on the Traeger, on the grill grate, but eventually we're gonna transfer it to the roasting pan where we can catch some of our drippings to make the world's most delicious gravy. We're gonna use our iGrill 2 today. What a beautiful way to really track the temperature from the comfort of your couch. That's right, I love this guy because the app that they have does a fantastic job, allows me to spend a lot more time with friends and family, or hey, I can watch a car race or any of my sporting events while I'm sitting on the couch tracking temps. You're gonna need a nice big stock pot because we're gonna bring this brine to a boil to really activate all the spices, the sugar, flavors, all of that. Then we're gonna cool it down, add some ice, get it in the bucket. Talking a little bit about brines today, we've got our chef's brine. This is gonna be your standard basic brine. It's gonna give you that really good overall flavor of salt, sugar, aromatics, spices, good things like that. We have our Italian brine, obviously a little bit more Italian, a little bit heartier in flavor. We finish it with a little bit of orange peel and lemon peel too, just to give it a little punch of citrus, but a very delicious brine as well. Then we finish it up with Bayou brine. What a great way to add that little bit of Cajun flair without that crazy heat, but nice, well-rounded Cajun flavors for you as well. So, like I said, next thing we're gonna hop in the trailer. We're gonna show you a little bit of the brining process in our kitchen and walk you through everything you need to get this guy in the bucket. Hey, and then it becomes a waiting game, right? We brine for about 45 minutes a pound. Like I said, all those tips are available for you to download at acehardware.com. So let's head into the kitchen. Okay, so we're inside the barbecue trailer. We're getting ready to make the brine. One of the things we need to do first, right, is we need to activate the brine. So we've got some water we brought to a boil. We're gonna add our Bayou brine. So we brought 2 quarts of water to a boil, and you can see all the instructions are on the front of the brine bag. We brought our 2 quarts of water to a boil, and what that does is that helps dissolve the salt, the sugar, and it really activates the herbs, the spices, and the aromatics. So once that's all set and ready to go, we'll stir it for just a couple minutes, make sure that that gets good and dissolved, and then we'll shut it off. Now we need to let that cool, because the next part of that process is going to be adding ice water to it to get that temperature nice and cold, to make sure that we add cold brine to a cold turkey, and that really helps us be even more food safe. So we'll push that to the side and we're gonna let that cool. Let's talk a little bit about our turkey, right? This is that turkey that we talked about. What do? Well, we went in, we opened the package, we defrosted it. One of the questions we get a lot is, if I buy it frozen, how long does it take to defrost? How do I defrost it? Well, important to know when you're talking about food safety, you want to defrost this nice and slow, right? So take it out, put it in your refrigerator, and give it a good 3 or 4 days to become defrosted. This is all defrosted and ready to go. We cleaned out the inside cavity, removed the neck. We went into the front, under that little flap where the neck used to be, there's usually the little gift package, right? We call it a little gift package. That's the giblets, the heart, all that good stuff. We took that out as well. Gave it a quick rinse. We got this bird all set and ready to go. And that's that bird prep part of the process. I think that's super important. We've got our brine bag. You can see our bucket is lined with our brine bag. And back here we've got our ice water. After the brine solution is cooled, that 2 quarts of water are going to get added to 1.5 gallons of ice water. And then we're going to put the turkey in the bucket, add the brine to it, close up the bag, and we're in the brining process. So let me get this tidied up here real quick. I want to show you next how we mix the brine, how we add the turkey to the bucket, and finish off this brining process. Chef's tip for you: the brining process can work on anything. That's right, you can use it on the grill, you can brine and grill, you can brine in Traeger, you can brine in Big Green Egg, you can also brine in oven. So the brining process doesn't denote one specific cooking method over another. What the brining process does is, imagine this, we're giving this bird a bath. 45 minutes a pound in this brine solution. We're giving it a bath in a really flavorful water. It allows that turkey to suck up all that water, suck up all that moisture, adds a lot of flavor, and makes a very delicious bird. And if you heard me right, that's 45 minutes per pound. If you want a stronger brine, it's not brine it longer, it's brine it stronger. So 1 bag of brine will do about a 16 to 18 pound turkey. Let's say you get a 20 or more, you may get into a bag or a bag and a half of brine. Remember, it's not about brine longer, it's about brine stronger. 45 minutes a pound is really that key time when it comes to brining. All cooled and ready to go. We let this brine solution cool just at room temperature. It took a few hours, probably about 2 hours for it to get cool down to room temp. Now we're gonna add it into our ice water, right? And then we're gonna give it a little stir in the ice water as well. That is it. Like I said, that's our flavorful bath water. So next up, let's go here into the turkey brine with the brine bucket, and we're gonna add our turkey into the brine bucket with our brine bag, with the legs up. And the reason we do it legs up is we want everything to fill that cavity and really brine it from the inside out as well. So legs up into our brine bucket. Next up, we're gonna add our brine solution slowly so we don't have a lot of splash. We're gonna add that nice and slow. And we want the majority of the turkey covered. Don't worry about the leg tips if those aren't covered. Nobody eats the leg tips. Then, now that your brine solution is all ready to go, pull your bag up a little bit. You've got your twist ties here. Next, you can turn your bucket a little bit. I like to turn it nice and tight because that forces that brine solution up around the turkey just a little bit more. But, like I said, look at that. We're twist tied and ready to go. Now you're thinking, oh no, where am I going to fit this? Well, guess a couple suggestions for you, right? This will go great in your refrigerator. You can put this in the garage, in that refrigerator. You may have to take a little bit of the beer out, set it to the side, put a cover on it, put it in the fridge. If you don't have that, the next thing you want to do is put it in a cooler. Set this down in a cooler, fill it up with ice so ice comes up to the top of the level. But you are set. The key, make sure this guy stays nice and cold. 45 minutes a pound, so you do the math, right? 45 minutes is 3/4 of an hour. If you have a 20-pound bird, you do 20 times 0.75, and that'll tell you how many hours you're brining for. Then when you're done, pull it out. We're not gonna rinse it, but we'll show you that coming up. We'll show you how to take it out, and the beauty of the brine bags, throw the brine bag in the garbage, and you are done. So there you have it. Pretty quick, pretty simple, easy way to get this bird in the brine. Well, as we get our Traeger ready for Thanksgiving as well, we're using the Traeger Timberline today. We love it. It does a great job keeping everything nice and hot, nice and juicy, and ready to go. We're going to set our temperature at 325 on the Timberline. And again, we're using our reserve blend pellets because we really like that flavor of oak, apple, and cherry. But pretty quick and pretty simple on the Traeger, right? Load it with your preferred pellet flavor, giving your turkey that flavor that you like, whether it's hickory or apple. And then set your temperature at 325. We're going to put it in a roasting pan after we put it on the grill rack. That's right, we're gonna load it first off on the grill rack and really let that build up a lot of flavor all around our turkey. And about halfway through that cooking process, we're gonna go ahead and transfer it to the pan so we can catch most of those juices, saving them for, that's right, the world's best turkey gravy. And that's pretty much it. That's how you light the Traeger. Here we are done with brine time. We pulled this guy out of our fridge, and like I said before, you can keep this cold overnight in your refrigerator or cooler, but definitely you want to keep this ice cold. And what we're going to do is very carefully pull this out of the brine, like so, and let it kind of drip for just a minute. Then carefully pull it and drain that out as well from the cavity. And the next thing we're going to do is put it into our pan, and we'll use it in the pan to carry it from here, the brine, into the grill. The nice thing is, guess what? There's no rinsing, there's no rubbing. We're gonna leave all that flavor doing exactly what we want to do. We'll go ahead and tuck our wings under as well to get this ready for the beautiful presentation that's coming up next. So now that we've got it brined, we're all set and ready to go. If you want to add a rub, this is a great time to add a rub as well. I'm always careful when I add the rubs to make sure that I'm not going to put them on too soon because you don't want them to burn. So sometimes what I'll do is rub this with a little bit of oil even just to help with that skin. But we're going to go ahead and just stay neutral. We're going to follow our turkey tips as well. And we'll get this guy ready to get on the grill. Well, we brined the turkey and we got it all set, and we didn't rinse it when we were finished because we wanted to leave all that brine on there. And I actually like how the brining process brings a little bit of fat to the surface of the turkey. We've got our timberline heated up to 325. We're gonna go ahead and load the bird. And like I told you before, we're gonna put the turkey right onto the grill grate so that we really get a chance to get that smoke 360 degrees all around the turkey. We're gonna load our probe in there. We talk about, kind of where to put it and what we're tracking. I wanna put it into the thickest part of the lobe of the breast. That way, I really get a true reading of where my turkey's gonna be, and I'm not stuffing this bird, I'm just leaving it set and ready to go. So we're gonna go ahead and close this up, let those reserve pellets really work their magic on our turkey. Oh man, look at this thing. Halfway through on the Traeger Timberline, we've got the probe loaded, the reserve pellets are rocking and rolling, doing their thing, and we are putting a lot of flavor in this. We're gonna let the temperature go just a little bit longer before we add it into our pan and catch our pan drippings, but we are well on our way, over halfway there, to having a very juicy, tasty turkey. And again, you can grab all of our turkey tip sheets at acehardware.com, and that has for you all the suggested cooking temperatures and more. Look at that. We hit about 100 degrees. It's time to put it in the pan because we want to catch all those drippings, right? Those drippings make some delicious gravy. You're going to get the flavor profile of the turkey. So we'll get a little bayou flavor. We'll get a little turkey juice in there. You can even add carrots, celery, onions down underneath your turkey to add a really good flavor raft, right? Put a little chicken stock in there as well and get that going. Now, if you're thinking, hey, I want to add some bacon to this, guess what? Add a bacon blanket over the top, do a nice weave of bacon, and I do that when I add it to the pan. That way the Traeger doesn't get filled up with bacon grease, everything goes in the pan, and the beauty of it is, guess what? The flavor of your turkey is now the flavor of your drippings, which turns into the flavor of your gravy. We're gonna shut this, and we're gonna take it all the way to the end. Turkey off the Traeger, that's right. You now have some epic wood smoke flavor in this turkey, ready for your holiday feast. You perfected the smoking, we perfected the brining, life is good. Head over to acehardware.com and grab our tip sheet there. Under tips and advice tab, type in turkey tips. You'll get this, and a whole lot more as well. Don't forget to tell your friends and family, subscribe to the Ace Hardware YouTube channel, and be notified when our next Red Vest approved video is live and ready. But don't forget too, down in that comment section down below, type in some comments. Let us know what you like. Let us know what we can help you with, and let us know what you'd like to learn. We're always helpful, as you know. I'm Chef Jason Morse, your Ace Hardware Grill expert. Thanks for cooking with us today. Have a great Thanksgiving.